Hello everyone and welcome back to APWC. Well, this month was pretty boring with respect to digital and OTT releases. Still, I managed to watch some movies and shows, and this video is all about that. So without wasting any time, let's begin.
Ready.
Drop. I had a lot of expectations from this film, but I was let down by the writing. It wasn't even smart, and the predictability factor killed all the fun. Still, if you are into such thrillers, then you should definitely watch this film, but lower your expectations.
Okay.
Next, I watched Warfare. Alex Garland along with Ray Mendoza deliver a film based on Mendoza's experience during the Iraq War as a US Navy SEAL. It did start slow, but once they started to evacuate and the tank exploded, damn. From that moment onwards, I was hooked till the end. I had experienced something similar with Alex's previous film, Civil War, and I'm happy that with Warfare he was able to deliver the same. Next, I watched Bromance. I have seen Mollywood come up with some great goofy comedy films in recent times, and Bromance tries very hard to get into that list, but it just feels all over the place. Like, I don't remember laughing while watching this film. Maybe it's the cast that is so good that you start expecting a lot, but the movie doesn't deliver anything worth your time. Next, I watched Pravinkoodu Shappu. This film tries too hard to be smart. Still, I was able to predict who the culprits can be. It's almost like they tried to add a lot of twists and turns, but it just wasn't sufficient enough to manipulate my deduction.
Detective banoge, wah!
This film tries to be smart by leaving a lot of loose ends which are not answered even after the film ends, leading to a slight dissatisfaction in the viewer's mind. Still, it's a decent thriller film, and if you like Malayalam thrillers, then might as well give it a try. Next, I watched Maranamass, another botched up attempt at dark comedy which surprised me since Mollywood has a great track record when it comes to dark comedy. This film could have been so good, but the writing was just terrible. The first half is simply character development. Still, in the second half you are unable to connect with them. Some of the comedy scenes do land, but apart from that the film falls flat. Next, I watched Gangers. Once this film ended, I had one question. Why did I watch this film? And the only logical answer I got was, this is a typical Sundar C film, so you know what to expect. Also, most of the heavy lifting with respect to comedy is done by Vadivelu, which beyond a point becomes boring.
What nonsense you are talking about?
I would rather recommend watching the Handmaiden series instead of watching Gangers, because I surely had a headache after watching this.
ये सब क्या देखना पड़ रहा है? अच्छा है मैं अंधा हूँ.
Next, I watched Sikandar. Salman Bhai continues his sleep acting streak with even less power than his previous film.
जो कुछ तो कर रहा है, ठीक नहीं कर रहा है. I don't like this.
Also, don't know what has happened to A.R. Murugadas. Man gave bangers back in the day and has slipped so hard that he has to make Sikandar. The script feels like it was written in 2010 and got time travel to 2025. Even the cast looks like they were shooting nearby, and quickly they were told to finish their sequences in this film. If there's one good thing about this film, then it's the cinematography and color grading, which is top notch. Even the action sequences looked good and innovative. Apart from that, everything else felt like a train wreck. Next, I watched Until Dawn. Based on a game, Until Dawn genuinely kept me hooked throughout its runtime. It's not too scary, but there were some moments in this film that I did enjoy. Never played the game, and maybe that's why I liked it. Next, I watched a Minecraft movie. Never played Minecraft and not a fan of that game. Still, a Minecraft movie kept me hooked till the end. It's light-hearted, which you can watch on a Friday night and maybe forget it the next morning. Irrespective of whether you're a fan of the game or not, the sexual chemistry between Jack Black and Jason Momoa needs to be witnessed.
But why?
Next, I watched Hell of a Summer. Kudos to Billy and Finn for making this film. They have brought back the summer camp slasher parody films back. Well, it doesn't have anything new to offer, but seeing new age actors writing and directing a slasher film like this makes me kinda happy. Next, I watched Suits LA Season 1. The original Suits is so iconic that creating a spin-off becomes quite difficult, and that's why both Pearson and Suits LA failed. But let's focus on Suits LA. The past-present transition at times felt incoherent and meaningless. The character development also at times felt rushed, and a lot of characters felt unnecessary. Barring all that, it was the pilot episode as well which I felt was not convincing enough. As the show progressed, they even tried to add Harvey Specter and Louis Litt, but it just didn't make any impact. Also, seeing Stephen Amell as Ted Black after seeing him as Oliver Queen in Arrow for almost 8 years was a bit hard to digest. After this disappointment, I moved on to a show called Californication, which is also based in LA. It is one of those shows which makes you want to be a writer in LA, but not in a good way. The main character Hank felt like a cross between Charlie from 2.5 Men and Vincent Chase from Entourage. The humor of this show is on point. I did have a lot of fun while watching it. Although, a disclaimer, this show does have a lot of nudity, so tread carefully. The pilot episode itself is so controversial that you will know what I'm talking about. The latter half of the show does nosedive a little bit, but Season 3 Episode 8 by far was the funniest, if you know what I mean. Next, I watched Weak Hero, Season 1 and 2. An amazing K-drama which talks about facing your bullies and making alliances to face them as a team. The storyline goes from a classroom fight to a street fight, which was a treat to watch. Quite a binge-worthy show. Highly recommended. Next, I watched Queen of the Ring. Based on the true story of Mildred Burke, a female wrestler who revolutionized the world of pro wrestling for women. Although I did watch it for Emily to reminisce those good old Arrow days, but surprisingly I was not disappointed. Well, the storyline could have been better, but the ending match made up for it. This film is ideally what women empowerment is all about, and it is definitely worth watching. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one, and if you like this video, then do subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.